Good evening, cowboys, cowgirls, and outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network. I'm your host, Slick Sixguns, and I'm here to provide education, tips, and community for those interested in the Western shooting sports. If you're interested in stuff like that, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell so you don't miss anything. Now let's pack our wagons and see what's being discovered out west. Good morning, cowboys, cowgirls, and outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network Facebook page. We are going to be having our usual episode of, you guessed it, coffee with Slick Sixguns. So let's go ahead and get out our coffee and let's enjoy the episode, because you never know. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I know that you guys are always tuned in sometimes to my episodes. And if you look down in the description section, you're going to see that I've got a description of what we are going to be talking about today, and let me know in the comment section what you guys think of those topics, as well as let me know in the comment section where you're watching from, what you're doing. You never know what time it is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I'm sure someone is getting off work. So let's go ahead and enjoy our coffee or whatever drink you are. Get out your favorite beverage and cheers. Anyway, never know who could be sponsoring this episode next. Sometimes it could be you. Never know. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, I actually do these episodes and I have people sponsor these. So you guys can always go into the description section and buy me a coffee in the link below. And you never know what could be said about you in the next video. Also, if you want to be a longtime contributor of this content, you can always go to my Patreon page. This is a 100% crowdfunded channel, so therefore it allows me to bring content directly to the viewer, and I try to keep things as unbiased as possible. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, this revolver has been safety checked. You guys look in there, no shells. All right, so for those of you who were watching my previous episode, you may be seeing that there's a couple of episodes here in which I am talking about Ruger New Vaqueros. One of them is going to be on my SAS pair, the other one is going to be on my wife's Cowboy Fast Draw 45 Colt Ruger New Vaquero. This one may look similar, but it is similar, just a different caliber, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that here in a second. As always, with my firearms, I'm going to give you guys some specifications. You guys are going to look at it. You guys are going to also hear how much I paid for it, and then you're going to see also my opinion and why I got it. So let's kind of get right into it, and let's talk a little bit about the price tag of something like this. Mind you, in my previous episode, you're going to see that the prices have definitely fluctuated with Ruger New Vaqueros, especially in the recent years. So keep that in mind, if you will. So you never know what the price is going to be. I will just tell you what I paid for it. As far as this revolver is concerned, I bought this quite a while ago, back in about 2017, 2018. So, she's been around for a little bit, but, nonetheless works great, and I definitely paid a decent price for her, in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I bought this as a pair. So it has another Ruger New Vaquero that goes with it, and they are both in the same caliber, so they're both 357. And I bought it for about $600, just this revolver. So the pair was about $1,200. Now, mind you, in my previous video, I mentioned that I purchased one Ruger New Vaquero for the price of $1,200, and that was very true. But that was also earlier this year, and obviously what we're dealing with economically with prices and all that stuff, and the gun market and all that has obviously changed. So with that being said, this Ruger was relatively decently priced back in the day. So that's how much I paid for it. It was about $600. I got this from a friend of mine, and I also got the other one from a friend of mine for $600. So anyway, let's go ahead and show you an up close and personal of this. You're going to see that it has wood grips this time, with obviously the seal of Ruger in there. You're going to see that it's a stainless gun. It is not nickel, it's stainless. And it's stainless everywhere. So, you know, from what I can see, all the internals are stainless too. So, you know, I don't really see anything that changes. Anyway, so with that being said, it is an all stainless gun. You're going to see a nice short barrel here. This is 4 5/8 inch. It is in 357. The hammer is standard here. The rear sight, much like many of the other Vaqueros I have, are nice and wide, and the front sight is nice and fat and tall. Go ahead and look at the other side here. You're going to see the loading, loading gate was on this side here. So there's your loading gate. There you go. Frees up the cylinder there. This one has actually, I've done a few things to it, and I'll talk about that here in a second. So just give me a second here. But anyway, that's kind of what she looks like up close and personal for $600. Okay, let's talk about why I purchased this thing. Let's go there. For those of you who know, I'm a collector, so I collect a lot of different firearms, you know, and this is just one of them. But, you know, for those of you that have kind of stood the test of time when it comes to my channel, you're going to see that I have a lot of different firearms that I brought onto the channel, so I've showcased quite a few of them. So hopefully I did not disappoint, and you guys have gotten a nice look at them all. So what did I purchase this thing for? Okay, well, this was a gift to my wife. I bought it for her. I bought her the pair of Ruger New Vaqueros because she wanted Ruger New Vaqueros. She liked the feel of them. She wanted the 38 357 variants. And she also wanted the short barrel for her SAS competitions because she shoots SAS with me. So that gives her a chance to compete and gives her a chance to shoot lighter rounds in them rather than having full powerhouse rounds or whatever. She's just not really a fan of 45 Colt. I have 45 Colt. She could use those if she wanted, but she didn't like the barrel. She doesn't like the caliber, so we got her a different caliber, different barrel. So that's why we actually came into possession of this. So I bought it for her as a Valentine's Day gift. Let me know in the comment section if you have bought the woman in your life or the significant other in your life of a firearm for, you know, Valentine's Day. Let me know how that went. You never know. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I bought it, and I bought it for her for Valentine's Day, and in order for her to compete in SAS, because obviously in SAS you're going to need 2 pistols, 2 revolvers to go into your holsters there, you know, to be fully competitive, if you will. So that's why we got them. Let's talk a little bit about what I've kind of done to this revolver to make it more competition ready. For those of you who have seen a previous episode, when it comes to my SAS revolvers, you're going to see that I have actually replaced the hammers on it. On this one, I did not replace the hammers. All I did was pretty much replace the springs, and I also did the reverse cylinder spin modification that you can do on the Ruger New Vaqueros. So, which means that it can spin the standard way clockwise and counterclockwise. That allows you to do one-shot reloads and things like that relatively fast. I did not do that with my wife's fast draw revolver because you really can't do that from what I've seen and heard and read. But on the SAS Ruger New Vaquero modifications you can. So it does have that modification, and it also has lighter springs on it. So there you go. And pretty much that's kind of what I've done to it to make it run a little bit faster and a little bit more efficiently. Let's talk a little bit about my opinion of this revolver. Once again, this is my opinion. Don't get butthurt in the comment section. This is not going to be a full-length review. For those of you who want to see full-length reviews, you're going to have to wait. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah. So let's talk about what I think. All right. So, as far as what I think of these revolvers, well, of this particular revolver, let's go with what I like. I like the action. Action's really strong, very efficient. Haven't had many issues with it. I really like the look, fit, and finish. I think it looks great. The only thing I would say that I don't necessarily like about the grips is that there's a bit of a raised edge here. Although it's relatively smooth, it doesn't fit flush with the frame. That's kind of nitpicky though. The grips are okay. As far as for SAS, I think these grips are fine. Maybe on a hot day, I'd prefer something with a little bit more checkering. But these wood grips will do okay. As far as the caliber, not really a fan. Me personally, even though with 357 you can shoot the 38 out of it, I'm just not really a fan of it for the sheer fact of this actually is heavier than my 45 Colt, so it doesn't feel as natural in the hand to me. For my wife, it's probably a little bit different. So I'm just not really a huge fan of the caliber. As far as the barrel length, for those of you who have watched me for a little while, you'll know that I like the longer barrels a little bit more. When it comes to barrel length, I prefer 5.5 inch. 4 5/8 is okay, but I'm just not a fan, especially when it comes to the aesthetics looking part of it. The main reason is because the ejector rod housing is pretty much flush with the barrel, and I'm just not really a fan of that. Nothing wrong with the gun, that's just my opinion. I do like the fact that you can modify this pretty well to fit your needs. I think the fact that they're as customizable as they are is a plus. That doesn't mean that other revolvers are not as customizable. I mean, you can do a lot of things with other Colt clones, replacing springs and smoothing things out. But the only modification that I haven't really been able to see in the other Colt clones is the reverse cylinder spin. I think that's kind of a cool feature. For those of you who are a fan of that, let me know. I'd love to hear it. I like the fact that you also can get a faster reload too, especially just by opening the loading gate. I think that's a definite awesome improvement. But personally, I'm also more of a fan of the Colt actions, so just because they are historically correct, I would prefer that over the actions of this. That doesn't mean that this is not good at all. You know, doesn't mean I don't like the action. I'm just telling you I prefer the action of the Colts. But this is still a good gun. Got no issues with it. If you guys have other opinions, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear them. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope to catch you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in today. Description section is a link to our Patreon account if you feel like supporting us. Don't forget to buy me a coffee as well. It's cowgirls and cowboys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. And if you're looking forward to the next video, I'll see you on down the trail. Have a good one.